need to open the window. You are very lucky that you can't see my desk right now. It's very messy, but from this angle everything looks clean. It looks like I have my life together. I haven't painted my nails in a while, and I thought I'd start painting them again, or just paint them right now, because usually I have them at this length where when I have no nail polish on it, it's just like this nice amount of nail length, so it looks like a natural French manicure, if that makes sense. But now they're just a bit too long for that to look good. I don't want to cut them because I'd like to have a bit longer nails and I like to put some polish on them. And the thing is, I usually only put polish on them when they're a bit longer, because otherwise I have really short nail beds. So if I have short nails and I put color on them, they just look even shorter, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's why I'm painting my nails. Also, I'm just bored, but yeah, what's new? Actually, there are some things that are new. One, the sun is shining, and that like hasn't been the case for the past 6 months. By the way, I'm painting my nails white because and I'm using a base coat from SC and a top coat from SC, and yeah. Actually, my friend and I, we used to, when we'd hang out, we'd paint our nails, and then we'd pretend we'd be like in this nail salon, and we'd paint our own nails, but we'd like pretend to gossip or something. I don't know, like the type of gossip you tend to do at your hairdressers. And then we'd be like extra sassy, and you know, like when you've got painted your nails freshly, you tend to use your hands a lot more. I don't know if that's just me, but I mean, I use my hands a lot anyways. But with new nail polish color, you're just like... Also, my studies will start in about half a month, and I'm kind of, what's the word, like freaking out, maybe? The thing is, I'm really excited, but I'm also nervous. There should be a word for that combination, because I think that combination exists a lot. There probably is a word for that. I just can't think of it. Apprehensive? I really look forward to what I'll study, because I'll study biology and that's a field that really interests me. I'm also looking forward on meeting new people, and after the vaccinations and everything, it's safe to have the lectures at the university, so I'll meet new people with similar interests, which is like always good to meet new people with common ground. While hardly being able to wait, I know like in about a month into my studies, I will probably really crave holidays, and I won't have that free time that I have now, so I feel like I need to use it very well now. So one of the things I've been doing is I've kind of been panic reading, because I know I won't be having time to do a lot of leisure time reading. I've been reading quite a few books the last month. I've just yesterday finished The Humans by Matt Haig, because I read The Midnight Library by him and I really liked that, so I read The Humans. I discovered the wonders of a Kindle, and I'm allowed to use my mom's, and I've just been browsing through the books she has on there and been reading a few, so I've read those two. Then I've read Miss Benson's Beetle. I've read Because of You. I've watched some good movies and series. I know I'm kind of late to the whole thing, but I discovered Schitt's Creek, and it's very much an obsession. What I like about it, it's a very different type of humor to the normal like slapstick humor. It's a type of humor that isn't necessarily funny like if you'd read it, but the actors are just so good at acting it out that it just is funny like in the situation. Also, the actors are brilliant. I love how it builds and the family builds over the season. I've also been watching Life in Colors by David Attenborough, which has been very fascinating. I've been listening to a lot of music. I finally started a new playlist on Spotify, because I tend to do this thing where I just put all of the songs onto one playlist. So I have a playlist with over 400 songs, and they don't really fit to each other, and it's kind of messy and not very organized. I discovered that there's this, like, I don't know how long it existed, probably everybody knows about this, but there's this Discovery Weekly playlist that offers tailored suggestions to you every week, new songs, like not necessarily new songs, but songs you haven't really heard before maybe, that fit your music style or what you listen to on Spotify otherwise. And I've kind of been making it my mission to every week listen to the whole playlist. There aren't that many songs per week, so like you get through it quite easily. And then add the ones I like to a new playlist. So I've kind of been building my music vocabulary, if you can put it like that. I really like white nail polish, but sometimes it just reminds me of whiteout, and I don't know if I like that. It'll also be my birthday in a few days, and for the evening event kind of thing, because birthdays aren't necessarily a big deal to me, but I get why other people want to celebrate it. That sounds very vain, but I mean just in general, like when I have other people's birthdays ahead of me, I want to celebrate it for them. It's kind of what I imagine a wedding to be like. It's like the most stressful for the bride and the couple because they have to organize it, and it's more for the people who come to your wedding more than the people the wedding is about. I apply the same logic to birthdays, where I really love celebrating other people's birthdays and giving them gifts, but I don't like celebrating my own birthday. But because I get that, I can't just really pass off saying, yeah, I'll do. Everybody does whatever they want throughout the day. And in the evening, we have this murder mystery. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's usually throughout the dinner. You have this murder crime thing that happened, and then every person gets a role assigned to them beforehand, and then throughout the evening, you try to find out who the murderer is. Only the murderer knows who the murderer is. And that's also the only character who's allowed to lie. And through conversations and a few hints from the game booklet that you open with time, you try to find out who it is. It'll also be my first time playing one. I also always do 2 layers with nail polish, because usually the color is kind of blotchy after the first time. It's like it's not that pigmented, if that makes sense. Like you still see, it's uneven. I thought I'd have like really a lot of exciting things to share. I promise I had some interesting things to share, I just can't remember. Maybe it's the fact that I can multitask. I mean, sometimes I can't even solo or monotask. But see, the color is way more pigmented now. Do you see what I mean? So let this dry for a bit, and then I'll put on the clear coat, because I heard somewhere that you should wait So this just happened. That's lovely, of course. Yeah, I'll paint over that. So I'll wait until this is fully dried, and then I'll put on a top coat.